guys, so we're gonna do a real little trick where we're gonna put on Squid Game costume. So this is Jordan putting on Squid Game costume, and then he's gonna knock on the door and say trick or treat. Just be behind here. Just be behind him. Wait. He doesn't know it. He doesn't know who it is. He doesn't know who it is. Hey guys, welcome back to Start Young. It's Lynn Finetti here, helping you to raise young entrepreneurs. Now today I have a very special episode which I like to dedicate to my son, who is also a young entrepreneur who started his own business when he was 16. And the special occasion also is that he turned 18. And today's episode, I wanted to talk a little bit about how he started his own business, but most importantly, I want to share with you behind the scenes of when I surprised him and rocked up to Melbourne where he currently lives, and surprised him on his birthday. So he had no idea that we were coming, and we just rocked up. Now the message that I want to share in this video is that it's not just about raising our kids to become entrepreneurs and it's all about money and success. It's really about how to teach them quality time, how to live in the present moment, how to celebrate small things in life, or how to create memories in life, because that is why I travel a lot, or I do surprises for people, because I always want people to remember how beautiful life is when you take a moment to be thoughtful to someone else or to surprise someone else. And it's such a great example that we can set for our kids to do it for others, right? In this episode, you're going to see how surprised my own parents were when we rocked up and how surprised my son was. So this was a very, very spectacular moment for me. And also I'll be sharing with you how I raised my son to be a young entrepreneur. Now let's talk about my son. So I had Dylan when I was only 20 years old. I was in a very bad relationship, let's just say. And I don't want to be here to blame or criticize my ex or anything, because at the end of the day, it's his dad. But overall, it wasn't a good relationship, and I was glad that I walked away. And so I became a single mum, and I wasn't really ready to be a mum, let's just say. And I was going out partying and just doing whatever a teenager would do. But I definitely learned to balance life, and I still went to school, went to work, and I still look after him. And definitely I was able to rely on even my ex's family and friends and family to help out over the years. But there were also times where I had to live on my own with my son and raise him as a single mum, like with no family, because I had some family problems as well. But in short, it was such a roller coaster raising him up. And when he was about 8 or 9, that's when I met my husband. And my husband happened to live in Sydney. And at the time, I really had to make this decision of what to do with my son. Now, of course, I wanted him to come with me to Sydney, but he was just so adamant that he didn't want it to come. I had to make a decision to allow him to be independent and make his choice at the age of 8, or push him and say, too bad, you're going to have to do what I want you to do. And that's the last thing I wanted for him, because I grew up having that problem, right? My parents were like, you do what I tell you to do, and la la la. And I didn't turn out very good, because I blamed my parents for the way they brought me up, or the lack of freedom that I had. And so I gave my son that freedom. And so for the last 10, 11 years, he's lived alone, not alone, but with my family, and he's able to spend time on his dad's side, and he's able to have that stability that he's always known. And I would say it was the best thing that I did for him, because I didn't rock his world. I didn't take him away to a new city and then make him make new friends and get used to his new family. Instead, I allowed him to build his foundation where he's always known. And so that was the reason why I think he's maintained a good boy. I've never had any troubles with him. And what I was worried was, like, how do I stay close to him? Or when I have more kids, like, how are we going to stay together as a family? But I can tell you now, if you raise your kids with so much love and care, and you spend time traveling together, FaceTiming a lot, we were able to maintain a really great relationship for the last 10, 11 years. So the kids are really close. Even though we don't see each other all the time, we still have been able to maintain a really, really good relationship. I'm really glad that I didn't plan to make him independent. I kind of just did what I felt was right, which was trusting that he could make his own decision. And it was the best thing for him to become so independent and content with his decision, and just really showed to me that he could grow up without being, without having his mum there or full-time parents who are helicoptering over him. If anything, I feel like it also created a great relationship for my parents, and my parents felt like there was a part of me that they got to keep in Melbourne. And yeah, anyway, cut the story short, I was so surprised to learn 2 years ago, he started his own business. He's one of those types that are very humble and doesn't really like to talk about things. And then all of a sudden, he told me that he started a shoe business. So he bought limited edition shoes and sells it online on Instagram and on eBay. And I was so surprised, and I wanted to know what the business name was, and he didn't want to tell me because I actually wanted to help him. I said, let me know so I can tell my family and friends about your shoe business. He's like, that's okay, Mum, I want to do it myself. He didn't even want to rely on me. He never asked me for $1 to invest in his business. And I learned that the reason why he started this business was that I gave him a challenge. I said to him, look, I don't want to raise you up into a spoiled kid. So if you want a car, you're going to have to chip in half. If you want a 30K car, you're going to have to spend 15K on it. And I'm not going to be paying for the full thing. Even though I can afford it, I didn't want to. And he did it. He just took it on board. He said, okay, no worries. And that was the reason why he got motivated to starting his own business to make his own money. And so he's saved up the amount that he needed. He just now needs to practice some more to be able to pass the test. He's that young entrepreneur that I was able to raise up. And I think the key thing that I would say is trusting that your kids can make their own decisions, empowering them, and don't feel like you have to, dictate everything about their life and you know it all. And just because you care about them doesn't mean you need to be with them all the time. And showing you care doesn't mean that you need to constantly be in their life. So I would say that my parenting approach has always been quite relaxed and step back and don't feel so attached to your kid in a sense, but you love them, but then you treat them as a separate entity, as someone else that you need to respect and allow them to be. And then just reminding yourself to not spoil them. And I would say that because I had a lot of motivational materials that I was listening to in the car, and I always talk about positivity and inspiration things, so I find him kind of subconsciously absorbing all that. Even though I didn't directly teach him about it, he's witnessed and seen me, the way I live my life, that he kind of learned it. So I would say that he watched and observed and became an entrepreneur because of what I was doing as well. But I'm just lucky to say that at the end of the day, no matter what you do as parents, you can't really control everything in life. And it means that he just interpreted it as my family is like this, my living situation like this, and I want to be independent. That's just his mentality and theory in life. And unfortunately in life, sometimes you have kids or people that decide a different story for themselves. Well, I'm left here, so I might as well be spoiled, or I expect my parents to spoil me because I got left behind, whatever it is, right? So I still feel like a sense of luck that he was able to interpret the story of his life in a good, positive way. But I would say that we have a great influence by being that example and by stepping back and empowering our kids to become entrepreneurs.
Hey guys, so we're at the airport now, and are you
showing Dylan?
No. So where are we going? Where are we going?
Melbourne.
Guys, so we're gonna do a real little trick where we're gonna put on Squid Game costume. So this is Jordan putting on Squid Game costume, and then he's gonna knock on the door and say trick or treat. He doesn't know it. Doesn't know who it is. He doesn't know who it is. He doesn't know who it is. He was gonna close the door. My dad wanted to close the door. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Shh, shh. Oh, where?
Hi,
Ah! You just see a white was gonna close the door, and I was like, "Where's your parents?" And they was looking for their parents, and they was gonna close the door. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Sao không nói mẹ để mẹ nấu đồ
No
ăn?
secret. Here for your 18th birthday. Oh my goodness, so good. Are you happy? And we get to be here with him. We're so lucky. God is so good.
Just going to share with you the apartment that we're staying in. So this is a view from our outside here. Kitchen, we've just been eating. And then these are the little kids. And it's a 3-bedroom apartment, so there's like a nice room with a ensuite, bathroom right there. So that's it. For a beautiful bath together with my bum bum. This is so wonderful. Having a bath together. So we did pairs and we tried to match the pairs, and now we're gonna see how rich we are.
We're gonna win.
No, I'm gonna win. Me and Monica's gonna win. Come on. What did you want? What did you get?
$3,000.
$3,000. You win! Congratulations. Play. What's this called? What is this called? Red light, ring light. What? Sing. Late night McDonald's. Oh my god, you know what time it is? 11 p.m. You're staying up late eating Macca's with your brother. Cute! I love you guys. You're so cuddly. Well, finally, I just wanted to say I love you, Dylan. If you're watching this, so proud of you now that you are venturing into your adulthood. I want to say that good luck in your current business and any other future business that you decide to start. And I know you're going to go through exams right now. I hope that you pass and get to the uni courses that you want. And if you don't want to go to uni, it's okay as well. Because I think at the end of the day, it's about finding what you love to do and do it and enjoy it. And money is only a byproduct of that. Well, thank you so much, guys. If you enjoyed this video, let Dylan know how much you feel inspired by his own story, or if you want to wish him a happy birthday, put it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you want more videos like this, love for you to subscribe and check out my next video here.